Hi, I'm Brad Smart, and the title of this Top Grading Tips article is How Even the Best Hiring Method Can Fail. Lousy Recruitment. Here's a summary. If you had a 100% foolproof method of hiring, it could fail miserably if you did not have enough candidates to pick from. Top grading is the most proven and effective hiring method, but unless you have at least 30 and preferably 50 candidates to choose from, even top grading will probably not produce an A player, except if you recruit A players from your network. This happened recently. A top grader head of human resources complained to me that the online top grading hiring instruments failed. What? Everyone loves these hiring tools. The top grading career history form produces the top grading snapshot, making screening super quick and accurate. And the top grading interview guide is a breeze to use because it contains all of the honest, complete information from the career history form. The head of HR said there were 3 candidates for a sales rep job. 2 of the 3 failed to even complete the career history form, and the one who did was a terrible job hopper who recently had been fired. Hence, he said, top grading hadn't produced an A player to hire. Good grief. A random pick of any 3 candidates for any job almost certainly has no A players because the vast majority of people who send their resume would, if hired, turn out to be low performers for you. Top grading cannot turn C and B players into A players. Expect that C players will start completing the career history form and they'll read the truth serum. It's a statement in the instructions, repeated throughout the career history form, that candidates, will have to eventually arrange reference calls with their former bosses. And when they realize they'll never get their former bosses to talk, of course they drop out. Good. Here's how top grading magic works. Suppose 50 candidates send you their resume, and you email all 50 candidates a thank you note, inviting them to complete the top grading career history form, which, by the way, might actually be your application form with the essential, unique top grading career history form information and questions inserted in it. Anyway, say of the 50, 25 mediocre candidates drop out because they realize they won't get their former bosses to talk to you, and they also realize that top grading will show how fictitious and deceptive their resume is. Again, good. You don't want to interview them anyway. So, you review the 25 top grading snapshots. You do this in a breeze. And for the candidates who look good, you review their completed career history forms. And maybe 5 look good enough to talk with because they're not job hoppers. Their comp is in the right range. And they say their bosses would give them high performance ratings. So you screen them on the phone. Perhaps bring 3 in for top grading interviews. You decide one is an A player. You ask that candidate to arrange reference calls with former bosses. You conduct the reference calls, and you hire an A player. For those who are top graders or familiar with top grading, you know this is the sequence that produces an A player. Okay? But the whole point of this top grading tips article is if you only started with 3 candidates, ain't going to work. If you start with 50 candidates, it's a really good chance that you will hire an A player. Next question is, how do you recruit dozens of candidates? Because again, unless you can pick from the best of 30 to 50 candidates, you might not have any A player finalists. So here are the basic suggestions. 1, recruit from your network of A players. You don't need 50, 30, or even 13 candidates if you recruit A players you or someone you trust has worked with. Your company, by the way, should be offering terrific monetary and appreciation awards for A players in your company who refer A players you hire when they turn out to be A players. Number 2, ensure your company LinkedIn profile is 100% up to date and advertise open positions on LinkedIn. 3, use social recruiting, notably Twitter and Facebook. If no one in your company is really doing this, put someone on it. Number 4, make the career section of your corporate website exciting and attractive. If you've received honors such as being listed among the best companies to work for in your area, brag about it. Number 5, advertise on major and or industry specific job boards. Number 6, for high-level positions, engage an executive search firm but require them to use top grading methods. What does that mean? That means their reports will show failures, not just successes. And their reports will say what bosses will say are their weaker points, not just strengths. In conclusion, recruit a lot of candidates in order to allow the top grading magic to work and produce 90% plus high performers hired. Till next time, top grade your team and you will top grade your profits.